Welcome to Unlimited Appetizers, the show where we simulate killing time while waiting for your food at a restaurant. I am your host, Erin.
And I'm your handy squirrel owner, Mancha.
Oh, I'm so happy you're wearing it. Yes. We were at Katsucon this last weekend and we threw a surprise birthday party for Mancha that's nowhere near his birthday. His birthday's July 11th. But you had posted one time that you said you never get to have a birthday with your friends. So Derek had the idea to throw you one. And one of the gifts that I gave Mancha was the handy squirrel as featured on podcast Unlimited Appetizers.
He's terrible. Like, terrifying. Like, look at this.
Oh my
right?
God, I love that thing.
Like, I don't know what to do.
That looks like a suggestive pose.
Right? Okay, I'm glad I'm not the only one that thinks that this is like, hey, yo, what that squirrel doing, though?
The squirrel is like...
Hold on, let him cook.
He's taking like OnlyFans pictures right now, showing off
Right?
how flexible he is.
I think honestly, we can use that to immediately jump into what we're going to talk about.
That's what we're... So normally we like shoot the shit about whatever we did the last week, but that is also the discussion today. And so we're just going to talk about our weekend because we hung out, and that only happens, once every like couple months. So
yeah,
that was cool.
It is a rare but a good experience.
Yes.
Yeah, so they threw me a birthday party.
Mm-hmm.
Which was... I don't think I showed it, but it was the most surprised I've ever been.
You seemed like not surprised at all. You were very quiet. Also, I didn't get to film it because normally someone would like knock or something, but because you all had like room key, or I guess Jake did it, but you did like...
Yeah, I had a room key, so I'm just gonna let myself into the room. Who's gonna stop me?
So I didn't know you were there, and also Jake didn't text us a heads up that you were coming, so... But that's okay. I got a ton of pictures of all the stuff at the party, and it's fun.
Yeah, fun. I was like stunned into silence, like type like holy shit, I wasn't ready for this, like in a good way, right? Like
as the only other one of our friends that also was thrown a birthday party nowhere near my birthday by Jake, I know that feeling when you walk in and everyone yells surprise and you have this confused moment of like, surprise for who? And then it's like, oh!
How did I earn this?
When it's near your birthday and someone yells surprise, it's like easy to make that connection. And when it's not, it's like, what is going on?
Why are all these people here? Yes. I haven't even seen two of you at the con yet.
It was very funny. We were talking a bunch about how we organized it and everything. And one of the funny parts was like, him and Jake went to dinner to stall, and it took so long that some of the people that we invited that were there for the party had to leave before they even showed up. So I have pictures of them. That picture I sent to the room chat, that's Megan and Sally going like this on the bed. That was them before they had to leave. And I was like, I'll take a photo to prove you were here. But yes,
because we saw them coming down. It wasn't, and on our end, it wasn't eating. It was the fact that we got stopped by like two groups of people that we knew on the way back in. We were given ginger ale by a couple people, and then we stopped and talked to some other people like out like in the foyer area of the hotel. And like Jake stopped to talk with them. It was mostly Jake. This isn't... I'm not dissing Jake, but like Jake knows these people better than I do.
Yeah, and Derek made like Kirby chocolate. I got you some like goofy like gag gifts that were things that I thought were funny.
And this big... So one of them is the Big Floppa U2's plush that is now part of my set. I think he's gonna stay there. So the other one is a shirt. I would have wanted to wear it, but like I got like a little something on it, and it is in my laundry pile with like dish soap on it. That's just because I'm like, it wasn't like a bad, but it was like garlic sauce. So it's just
I feel bad it's white. I debated a bunch of times to get a different color, but it was one of those things where I couldn't tell how the print quality was going to be. And sometimes you order those things, and if you get like a dark color, it like looks like shit when it comes. But yeah.
So with that, once it's clean in another episode,
sure.
And okay, so I need to talk about those socks. Oh, I have this. I have the Bulbasaur up here on my desk.
Mm-hmm.
There were a bunch of little things. The socks. So I didn't read all the socks during the party because, like, I wanted to like talk to people and stuff. So
Mm-hmm.
the only sock that I read at the party until I got home was the "Don't disturb me" sock.
So
And
you
so
thought I just got you regular socks?
well, you said I tried to get you the worst thing I possibly could, and I'm like, well, yeah, you have succeeded at this. These are like I like reasonably. The other sock says I'm watching Family Guy.
That was what I looked up. I was trying to look up like a Facebook mom type item, but about Family Guy. That's so funny that you didn't know what that said. Yeah, I thought you saw it, and I was like, "Oh, I'm sorry. I tried to get the worst thing I could find." That's so funny. Yes,
So it worked out, but it's like 10 times funnier to me now.
that was
Also
the second
because of that.
surprise. Yeah,
Yeah, I got like double surprised because I was when I was pulling everything out earlier,
yeah,
to put around my room. Uh,
yeah. So the rest of the con, so you came in late, and I don't even think it went by so fast. I was so overscheduled. I wore way too many costumes. We had too many things going on, and your surprise party thing took like a couple hours up that like one day. So I just felt like I was like running from like one thing to another thing the whole time. But how was your experience?
I mean, I keep saying this, and it feels like a silly answer, but I really, really was just very, very happy to just see everybody,
Mhm,
especially like the people who I haven't seen for a while, but like it's just fantastic just hanging out with people the whole weekend.
mhm.
Like I think it was totally worth it to drive 14 total hours
Yeah.
to see people for like about like a day and 3/4 worth of time is
Mhm.
about how much time I spent at the con because I ended up leaving around 3 when Derek left. Um
Yes.
because I just
I
wanted to waste as much time as possible there.
Yeah, I understand. I flew to that concert in New Jersey for like one night, the one time. So I totally understand like long trip is sometimes justified by like really fun thing.
Yeah.
Um yeah, that's cool.
And I wish I could do stuff like that more.
Yeah,
That's
me
the
too.
dream.
I am very sad that the next like con that most people will be at is ClassCon East. There's other cons in between that like I'll probably be doing that are more like local, and there were like other ones I was like looking into going to like for the first time, but that's like the only other one this year that's like everyone we know goes, and it's not even everybody. Like Katsu has the most people that we know going. Um, yes, I crunched a costume. There has not been an upload in a while, and a big part of that was like getting ready for Katsucon because I've been super busy. So part of my like I don't know. This week feels great to me because I'm relieved to be done with all of that.
Hmm.
I made Celestine from Persona 5 Royal. It's like On's like third Persona Ascension. I got like a super great reception from it. I did like 3 different photo shoots and I have all these photos coming back. I can only wear it for like 6 hours because it has like this big like wire thing sticking out my back. It's kind of uncomfortable. Um, but like everybody that talked to me in it like was very positive, and I like the photos I've gotten of it, and it was like the coolest thing I've ever made, and it's making me want to make more stuff, which is bad because that was the most like expensive and time consuming cosplay I've ever made, and now I'm like, yeah, I should do that again.
Yeah,
I,
immediately like the day after, Erin messaged one of our group chats like that how I just did like one of the hardest cosplays of my life. Well, I've now enabled myself to do more and I've come up with another one.
that's like similarly very bad in that way. It's weird. It's like some parts are better and some parts are worse. But anyway, I already have an idea for Katsu next year, and I have other ideas for like other cons and stuff. Yeah, I'm super excited. It was funny when I was leaving. I rode up with our friend Brendan, and in the car, I was like loading all the stuff in the car, and we're driving, and I was like, "This costume was so much work. I crunched like all night the night before. I like didn't sleep. I was up for like 2 days." Um, and I was like, this is either gonna go well and I'll want to do more stuff, or it's gonna go badly and like fall apart, and I'm never gonna want to make something like this ever again. And it went
Mhm.
well. So that's bad because now I'm gonna want to do stuff. Yeah.
I've been trying to figure out whether there's a con I want to go to.
Mhm.
It's like sort of a con, I guess. So it's in Raleigh
What
this
is it?
summer. It's Nerdcore Party Con,
Huh.
which is it's less like a con. I just pulled up the page on it. It's essentially a nerdcore concert with like a meet and greet, which
Uh-huh.
is like, nerdcore is like nerd rap. But like a ton of people I know are going to it. A ton of my
Mm.
like online friends. So like part of me is like, do I want to
So
go to
I
that? I
I
don't
will
know.
say not to be like the bearer of horrible news that is the same weekend as GalaxyCon it looks like, which I will be at. So I
Mhm.
would not be able to be there, and that weekend is very like crazy for like Tyler because he works at it. Um but yeah,
How is GalaxyCon?
it really fun. It's my favorite one. Well, I guess there's really only two here. There's Animazement and GalaxyCon, but GalaxyCon's like really fun, and Animazement was like kind of lame.
Mhm.
Yeah, it's cool. It has more entertainment at it that's interesting than like Animazement did. Yeah, I liked it. I've gone the last 2 years.
I
It's a
should
good
look at
time.
going to something between now and uh next winter.
Yeah, I mean, you'd be welcome to come for that. I don't know if you could do like a day of that, a day of your other thing or something, but I don't know. It's a thought.
I don't know. I've been throwing around ideas.
Throwing around
It's good to
ideas.
know that they're at the same time. Because I thought it
Yes.
would be funny to invite you to that and be like, come to this totally different thing.
If it was literally the week before or the week after, I would have been like,
Yeah.
hell yeah, but I just looked at the date and I was like, ah, shit. Um, yes. But yeah, CatchCon's really fun. I've been interviewing people at cons and I have not edited the video. I edited most of the MagFest video and then I have the CatchCon one. So that's like my big project thing now that I have to do is I have to edit these interview videos and then I make those reels now of cons where I like recap the weekend and I have a lot of very funny out of context footage for this one and I already have some ideas of like what I'm going to like narrate over it. Um yeah, so I'm very excited about that. But I also have been just letting myself play. I was like, I kept telling myself when I was making, I was like, when I come back from this con, I can just sit and play video games, do whatever I want. And when Rune Factory 5 came out, I tried playing it. I got like a little bit into it, and then I got like kind of like stuck and like couldn't really like progress further. So I'm playing that over from the beginning. And I'm just letting myself chill and enjoy my week. And then this weekend I will get into my editing.
Chops. I don't know the word. I came home, looked at my to-do list of like editing slash like commission stuff I have to do, and I'm like, oh, it's like long. So
Yeah.
I'm gonna be a little busy until March. It's not gonna be awful, but like I have to do the next Toricon intro video. Um
Yes.
which doesn't look I need to talk to the directors tonight, which I think I'm gonna do sometime after this.
Cool.
But I don't think it's going to be terrible. I don't think it's gonna be terribly hard. It's just I have to have it done quicker than I'd like, just
Mhm.
because the way everything with timing and like Katsucon especially
Yeah.
like means that like I wasn't able to start beforehand just because I have a lot of other things to finish. So it's partially on me. Um,
Mhm. Yeah. Um, I feel you. I I have a lot of video editing to do, but I'll take that over having a lot of difficult costume work to do because the things that I have to edit aren't really that bad. I'm trying to do more editing than I've done to any videos I've made in the past. But it's still going to be pretty easy. And I have Tyler helping me out a little bit.
mhm.
Um, but yeah, I'm excited. The con was super fun. There were a bunch of weird rumors going around that I don't really believe, but people keep posting that somebody pooped in the gazebo, which if you've ever been to Katsucon, that is so unlikely because like If you've ever gone to Katsucon, you know that the line to get into the gazebo is so long and people are like up your butt trying to get photos there. So like to be able to poop in it, like you would never have enough of a block of time alone without somebody being like, move along.
Yeah, it'd be more reasonable to plant a poop there, I think. I finally
Yes.
got to see the gazebo right before I left. We went up there to look
Yeah.
around.
Some people were theorizing it was like a dog poop. I'm like, unless you have a photo of this poop, I don't even think it's real. So
Yeah.
if anybody has a photo of that poop, send it to me. But yeah.
Erin wants to see that poop.
Well, I want to know if it should be included in my Katsucon reel, is why I'm asking.
Erin wants to see that poop.
I do. Please send it to me. P.O. Box poop.
That's what the PO stands for. It's poop.
Mm-hmm.
Send it to Erin's poop box.
Did you have any fun encounters with anyone at Katsucon, any weird people or anything?
The only weird encounter I have is when I was helping you with interviews the first night. This guy pulled me aside real quick, like I don't know why, and he started talking to me. And he's like, "Hey, what's up? You want to join my Discord?" And I talked with him a little bit, and I never joined it. Apparently, his Discord, it was called Club Dionysus. So it was
Okay.
just like, yeah, it's a Discord about drinking. Do you drink? And I'm like, yeah, I mean, I do. And he's like, yeah, I'm an alcoholic. Just like casually.
Did you have a costume on?
I was Steve that night, which is not like an alcohol
Well,
related character.
I'm just trying to think why someone would approach, because like there's so many people at cons. Usually, if somebody approaches you to ask you something like that, they either think you're hot or they like want to talk to you about like the thing you are.
That's
So
what I thought, but nope.
maybe you just had like a cool looking face.
I think I just maybe look like a guy who drinks, which isn't like wrong. But I'm also not the kind of guy who's gonna join your drinking Discord.
Maybe he was throwing a party and he wanted to like hire a clown and he got confused.
Maybe I did look like a clown. I still do.
Mm-hmm.
I'm really sad. I should have gotten. It was really funny. There was one moment when Derek and I were getting ready on Saturday, and Derek's doing his like a Lear maid.
Uh-huh.
And so it's him like putting makeup on with like a wig cap and the maid dress, and me putting on clown makeup. And I'm sad no one else was in the room because that would have been such a good photo opportunity.
Oh, I would have taken that photo for sure.
Yeah, but that's the curse of us doing it after you all left, and also you were in the worst costume of all time to do anything in.
Yeah, it was cumbersome. I had to like crab walk sideways everywhere I went because I had like this big thing behind me, and if you walk like frontwards, like people just like knock it over. Yeah.
Were you able to use the escalators?
Yes, I like checked. I can narrowly fit on the escalators. One of them was like thinner than the other one. There was one I only went up once where it caught a little bit and I just like pulled it in because they're kind of like movable. And I was like, oh shit. And then all the other ones I fit on. But yeah.
Okay. I mean, clearly you got back, but I never actually got to ask about that. That costume terrifies me.
It was not as bad as I thought it was going to be. Like, it was painful, but it was wearable. When I finished my last like photo shoot, oh my god, I love that. I was very far away. Like I'd like gone and taken photos like down by like the pier, so I'd like walked like a bit. I was just like shuffling back, like ouch, 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 ouch. But it was like I think before that, like the adrenaline and like knowing that I had more shoots to do made it like comfortable. And then the second I was done, that was the only time where I was like, this is killing me because I knew I could take it off. Yeah.
Yeah. That's why I'm glad. See, I could never do like such an elaborate costume, I think. I don't know. I get like antsy wearing a wig for half of a day. And I'll do it, but it's just like after a while I'm like, I'm done wearing this wig. Yeah. I could never like rig up an elaborate scheme.
It was not the most elegant rigging of all time, but it was fine.
It worked. I mean, it worked. That's all that
Yeah, it
matters,
stayed together.
right?
Yeah, and it made it home fine. Yeah, I got plenty of ideas of stuff that I want to do, but also I don't know. The next couple things I do are either they're either easier or they don't have like a big like prop thing, so that helps a lot. I prefer like sewing projects because I know how to make those stay together better than like a new thing where you have to like brainstorm how you're gonna make it work.
Yeah. Don't know what I want to do next. I
Mhm.
definitely want to do more costumes. And I have no clue what I'm gonna do next. Partially because my criteria is hard because I don't want to shave.
Oh yeah, that too. Yeah, that
So
makes sense.
it's a lot of stuff with masks or stuff with beards. Um, which was my lineup at Katsucon. I didn't even wear Mojo Jojo, but I did bring him.
I have seen people do like if the character doesn't have a beard but they have like colored hair, so they'll just like color their beard that color, and it's like you're just that, but like with a beard.
I actually remember. I remember what I want to do next.
Hmm.
I wanted to do a uh Vi from League of Legends gender bent because I think
Oh yeah,
Vi as a dude would probably have like a short beard.
for sure.
Um,
I agree.
and so like for the arcane one, that way I can get away with not doing the giant terrifying gloves.
Hmm.
Because that is beyond me.
Hmm.
Props to anyone who can do that because I cannot. Uh,
I
but
still have
I
not
think
watched Arcane. I need to.
it's good. I think it would be pretty easy to do. I think I could get most of the stuff online. So I think that's probably my next cosplay goal.
My new ideas of things that I want to do, I'll probably do for like CostCon East. It like immediately, the only things I'm gonna let myself do are my 5 unfinished costumes. I've had a backlog of unfinished costumes that I've slowly been working through. I only added like 1 or 2 in the stretch of like 8 months or something. I've been trying to like pull things together. But so the number is going down, and I would like it to be 0, but you know. I'm like, ooh, new project, shiny.
Yeah, no, I get that. I'm like that with videos. So
That I am also with a backlog of those right now. Same deal.
I keep like planning new ones. My like planning crew Discord server for Uberosity.
Mhm.
It's just like I keep putting new things in. It's just like, man, I'm barely doing one a month right now. I do want to get one out this month if I can. We'll see how that goes.
Hell yeah.
Honestly, it depends on if I can get a friend to record or not.
Mhm.
But if it doesn't happen, it doesn't matter. Uh, Anyways, that's beyond
Are you
anything.
ready for our next segment?
Yes, I would love to do our next segment. We will be right back. All right. So we wanted to do another tier list, but I wanted to do something a little different and to do something like a little funnier. That wasn't just ranking how good things are.
Hmm.
And I remembered like in the last Unraveled episode where he
Hmm.
talks about Pokemon edibility. Now I did not rewatch that in preparation for this, but I want to rank all of the Gen 1 Pokemon by edibility. Um
Yes. And I
so
know of that video, but haven't watched it. So our opinions are our own and not copying anyone else.
yeah, like I have not cross-referenced that in probably since it literally came out.
Hmm.
The only thing I remember from it is that Togepi said Togepi, I think, is the most edible Pokemon, and I think that's a big spoiler for that video because there's a whole part where he's just like, "You really don't want to know. You shouldn't watch to the end of this video. I'll tell you, but you shouldn't do it." Uh, but here I am ruining Brian David Gilbert's work once again. Not once again, for the first time ever on DVD and video.
Hmm.
So Erin and I before recording came up with a simple 5 tiers: delicious, palatable, edible, inedible, and fatal,
Yes.
which is generally about what it sounds.
They're pretty
Uh,
straightforward.
really like delicious, really tasty treat would probably have again palatable. Like you could eat that. Edible, I mean, you could put it in your mouth. I don't know why you would, but in theory, you could do that.
Yeah.
Inedible, as in not food. fatal means it would literally kill you, because I think that there are at least a couple of those.
Sure.
And I feel like we'll be able to, for most of them, rank families.
Yes.
So let's go ahead and start. We have Bulbasaur and Ivysaur and Venusaur. I'm probably gonna skip the Megas because I don't care about them.
Sure, yeah, we
for
don't need to do
this.
that. I would say it's palatable because they're like cabbage, right?
Uh, maybe like
Kind
an
of.
onion.
Or
Bulbasaur.
like
I'm gonna make a. Here's the one weird thing. I think Bulbasaur is probably more edible than his evolutions.
I think so too, but I feel like I'd put them all like around that green tier. They're all
Yeah.
like a plant.
The one thing I don't want to do is I don't really want to do too much of ranking inside of the tier like we do in the past.
Yeah, I think we need to do this quick or we'll be here forever. So
Yeah, like ranking inside the tier will be weird. I think we put Bulbasaur above.
I didn't
'Cause
realize
it's
how
like an
badly you
onion.
wanted to eat Bulbasaur, but sure, you can put him there.
I'm not saying I want to. I'm saying I think he would be tastier,
Mm.
especially because like Venusaur's got a giant like Rafflesia flower on its back.
Oh, that's true. Those things smell bad.
Yeah, like he's stanky. Probably
Sure.
could eat the rest of him.
The
Charmander
you could
line.
eat like a salamander thing. I put that in edible. Like you could
I-
cook and eat that, but it's not gonna be good.
Yeah, like why? I guess now I think Squirtle, Wartortle, Blastoise are like full delicious. Because like I mean I've never had turtle soup, but I know it's a thing.
Oh, spoilers for next segment. Yeah, I think
News to me.
at least Squirtle. Yeah,
Squirtle is definitely delicious.
maybe the other two and the one below.
Yeah, because we don't know. Like, I don't know what he's cooking up in there. There is metal on Bulbasaur, but like he's also meat.
All of the Caterpies and the next one, Weedles, they're all bugs. They're edible, but they're gross.
I
It's
almost want to put the cocoons in inedible because I don't know what's in there and don't want to find out.
They're like, yeah, okay, sure. I guess those guys harden in real life. You can eat those though because they're like squishy.
The bee is poisonous. Does this change anything? I think it's
yeah,
venomous.
if he's
it's
poison,
venomous. It's venomous.
Yeah, if he's poisoned, you can put him in fatal, and then Butterfree's not though, right?
I don't
Or
know
is it?
how fatal it would be. Butterfree isn't.
The thing is, it's edible. If it's poisonous, it should go in fatal, not inedible.
Yeah, well, the importance is venomous versus poisonous. Poisonous means you can take it out. No, sorry. Poisonous means you can't take it out. Venomous means you can. Like, if it stabs you, like, its hands are poison.
Do you
but
know
you
the
just don't eat the hands.
distinction on the Beedrill?
Beedrill is venomous.
Which one was that?
You can take that part out.
Okay,
and
then
not eat it,
edible.
probably.
Cool.
I don't want to.
The birds, I'm sorry, those are big chickens. Those are probably all delicious.
I'll take it, you know.
They're all
thinking about it, they're all probably delicious. Literal rats.
Edible. Because they're like, why would you wouldn't want to eat a rat, but
like you could eat a rat. These are also big
delicious.
chickens.
Pretty much anything that's just like a regular bird.
Snakes.
Snakes are edible. Snake dishes exist, but like people don't speak fondly of them.
Yeah. These
are
are
more
also mice.
Yeah.
In fact, I think they're probably less edible because they're electric, but it's not inedible.
What is Sandshrew and Sandslash supposed to be?
So I'm trying to fully remember what it is. Because it's not an armadillo. Hold on, I'm looking it up really quickly. Because it's a pangolin. It's a pangolin. Think of it
can you eat a pangolin?
like an anteater. Think of it like an anteater.
I know what they are. Ooh, they are considered a delicacy. So it's either edible or palatable. I'd say put in palatable because this thing said they're delicious, but I don't personally feel they're delicious, so they can go there.
I don't trust them. The Nidoran. So all 6 of these we could probably do next. All the blue and
are they
purple
like
ones.
What are they supposed to be like?
I don't actually know.
Dog.
They're
cat?
they're like rabbit porcupines. They're also venomous. They're like pretty poisonous. They're definitely based off like the moon rabbit because they evolve with the moonstone.
Okay, yeah. A rabbit.
So
Rabbit
they're like
soup is really good.
So
But
they're like poison bunnies, but like they're like in venom, so like edible at the very least. I think. Hear me out. I think these ones are palatable, but these ones have like the ground type because they've got more armor, and I think that they would just go down to edible.
Yes, I was gonna say that the ones that are more rabbit-like, that's like a rabbit. Clefairy and Clefable.
Hear me out. Marshmallows.
True. They might be delicious.
I think they might be like really sweet meat.
The Vulpix and Ninetales, they're foxes.
They're foxes. Which is like not a thing that is, I think, regularly eaten, at least here. I don't know about other places.
Yeah, I feel like it wouldn't be terrible with it being like edible. I feel like.
Yeah, it's not good meat, but it's meat.
What about Jigglypuff, Wigglytuff?
I'm tempted to say inedible. I think that they're like rubbery. I think they're like because they're the balloon Pokemon that
that's
like
true.
Like they puff up and like are elastic.
Yeah, I'd be fine with that. Yeah, I guess like at first glance, I think it's gonna be like the Clefable, but when I think about it, I would agree with that. They're probably rubbery.
Its designation literally is the balloon Pokemon. I remember that. So nasty.
Bats are like rats with wings, so
I mean, bat soup is a thing.
I think. But in the way that like snake is.
Yeah, Oddish, Vileplume, and Gloom.
I think Oddish is probably either delicious or palatable, and then the other two would go below it. I think you could
eat it. I'm concerned. So this is another like poison flower type thing. I'm wondering if that would kill you. I don't remember how poisonous it is in lore.
I don't know.
I know it's stanky.
Oh, in this I looked up. Are the Rafflesia things are poisonous? I mean, I guess we said we could take it off, right? From the Venusaur.
Okay. Yeah. What are the Rafflesias you said?
It says they're poisonous from Google. So I'd say wherever the things on their backs feel very similar to me, so I'd put them in the same thing. Yeah.
The smell of the syrup is awful, but it's like really sweet honey. But like being close to it can like hurt you.
I asked if it's poisonous on Google and it doesn't. You know how like Google doesn't give you like normal answers anymore? I don't know if it is.
I'm going to put Gloom in a tentative edible.
Yeah, that's fine.
Cuz it's got like honey and it's not like a full corpse flower.
Sure.
Paris and Parasect are like bug crabs with a mushroom that's like parasite controlling them. They are more bug than crab.
Okay, they're more bug than crab. Because I was gonna say I love crabs and I love mushrooms. But
yeah,
bug brings it down a bit. I feel like they'd be
they are cicadas.
If it's more a bug, edible. But if you feel like it's enough a crab, I'd be willing to go up.
I think it's just edible.
Okay, sure.
A gnat and a moth. Venomoth. Venomoth. I think Venomoth might be too poisonous.
Sure.
These are, I guess, moles.
That'd be like with rats then.
I think our cats also go here.
I would not eat kitty. I'm sorry, Kevin. Duck is really good. Ducks are like
sorry, Morgan. We eat the ducks.
They're so good. I love ducks like in real life and they're adorable, but duck is like so good.
Yeah, they would be tasty.
Mankey's like a monkey.
They're
monkeys.
That'd be
edible.
And I think dog. Fire puppy.
Yeah.
Tadpoles.
Okay, these are like frog-like, and people eat like frog legs and stuff, but they're like, I don't know, I feel like they'd be like palatable because it's
while it's like a little baby, probably not.
Yeah.
But then like once we get up there, like it's
Fancy
got
people would eat
big
'em.
meaty freaking arms.
Yeah.
Um,
Yes.
Abracadabra, Alakazam are weird cases
I feel
because
like those would all be edible.
they're not quite animal. There's no like main animal for them.
Yeah.
I think they have like edible man meat though.
Yeah, they don't look like anything delicious, but they're not like poisonous, so I feel like they go inedible.
Are Machop, Machamp, and Machoke too human to eat?
Are they rock?
No, they're fighting only. It's all
They're
muscle, baby.
fighting. No, then they're I'm Mancha. This is rare coming from me. People would go inedible. I hate cannibals. Like I'm very afraid of them, but they in this ranking system they would go inedible.
The
because they're not,
worst
like,
Erin
a
sentence
rock.
ever.
I'm just saying, like a Geodude is inedible. Like a person's not. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Anyway.
Bellsprout, Weeping Bell, and Victory Bell are pitcher plants.
What is that?
So they're carnivorous plants. Malaysians have discovered that pitcher plants are delicious when stuffed with rice.
So you can eat it. Yeah, entirely safe and not harmful to humans.
Okay.
I'm
They are
seeing
technically
people eat
poison
them.
types.
Should they go in palatable or edible? Palatable.
I think palatable is simply
It's better
good
than
rep,
like
good rep, but
bleh.
I have not done it.
Yeah, the squids I would eat. I'm sorry, I would.
They're
put those in
jellyfish.
delicious.
They're
they're
jellyfish.
not. Can you eat
That
jellyfish?
is that's
or
an
are they
important
too
distinction.
poisonous?
I don't know. These things are pretty poisonous too.
Can you eat jellyfish? Known for delicate, slightly salty flavor. Yeah, you can eat it. Unless if you think are they poison or just water type?
They're water poison.
Oh,
but like some of the poison ones like have been edible realistically, right? Its body is virtually composed of water. It's like just like water and poison.
I'm thinking delicious or palatable unless you think they're poisonous.
I think it's most it says it's mostly like water.
I would
the
eat
tentacles are poisonous. It's all okay, it's literally all water and poison. I think it's a no.
Okay. Kevin's food just went off.
Wait,
if it's poison, put it in fatal.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's like Ultramoon, its body is 99% water, and the remaining 1% is the organ that contains its poison.
Yeah, so you wouldn't be able to like separate those.
Yeah.
Okay. All the Geodude guys are all inedible.
Right? Horse.
The horses edible, like horse meat you can eat. It's not like great though.
Mm-hmm.
I think Slowpoke probably tastes good.
Slowpoke is canonically delicious. The tail is one of the few things that they talk about eating.
Oh, you're right. I remember like picking that up as like an item. Or people talking about it.
It's like a whole thing in Gold and Silver about like, oh, that's bad. You can't do that.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
I don't know about Slowbro.
I think I'd put him with the other one because you could just take the shell off.
True, and then you could eat the clam.
Yeah. Oh, and I do like clams.
Literally inedible. They are made of metal.
Yeah, Farfetch'd delicious.
This is a duck holding a leek, which is like a proverb in like Japan. Delicious and tasty. More big chickens.
Those look delicious to me.
They're road runners.
Chomp chomp. They're already like chicken nugget shaped. They came prepared. Do people eat seals?
Are seals edible? I'm gonna say yes. I'm gonna guess.
I'm gonna guess they should go in palatable.
Oh yeah, the Inuit eat it. The Inuit eat it because like they use all the parts of it. So
it's like a fish. I'd be cool with delicious or palatable, but my first instinct is palatable. Yes.
When I searched it, it didn't immediately say delicious. So I think palatable is good. But the Inuit people definitely do that. So
sure.
This would literally kill you. It is a pile of poison.
The poison goo guys, yeah.
Ooh, pile of
all the clam boys, delicious. I love clams. They're like my favorite food, and I never get to have them.
I've not had very much clam, but I do like seafood a lot.
They're not my favorite, but they're up there, I guess. My family does a clam bake, and I missed it this year because I was throwing my birthday party during it.
Either way, delicious.
Yes, yum yum.
Ghosts.
Can you eat a ghost?
They're poison ghosts too.
Mm.
I think like it would be fatal if you like inhaled if you ingested their gas.
Mm-hmm.
Is my guess.
Yeah, I feel like Gengar would like crawl on your insides and like punch him.
Yeah.
Onyx inedible. Hypno
And drowsy are tapirs.
I'd say they're edible unless that thing is something completely inedible.
It's meat. It is eaten,
but
but I don't think it's like I don't see a ton about people eating it, so I think it's edible.
Yeah. Krabby and Kingler,
Crabby.
That's
I
what my
love
hermit
crab.
crabs were named when I was younger. I feel bad saying this, but delicious.
I'd eat a crab.
Voltorb and Electrode inedible. The eggs are good. Yeah, we like eggs. That would not be delicious. I think those delicious. The next one palatable.
This is like coconuts.
Oh, then delicious. I don't know.
I think I'm gonna put it in palatable because I don't want to put coconuts in delicious.
That's true. I do hate coconut flavored stuff. Also, that like body, I feel like might bring it down a little bit.
It's like literally a tree. I think you could eat the heads.
Yeah.
Cubone and Marowak.
I think those are edible.
They're at the very least edible. Like, I mean, obviously you would take the bone off.
Yeah.
But like, what is it?
It's like
it's a reptile. It's like a little dinosaur.
Yeah. I think you can eat them. They're not poisonous.
You can eat lizard. These are like
edible,
more like weird men.
They're people, so they go inedible. Them's the rules.
Like, yeah, it's just like a dude.
I would eat Lickitung.
Lickitung looks tasty, dude.
I think it's
delicious. At least palatable.
I think he looks like Slowbro. I think he's delicious.
I think you could eat him.
Yeah.
He's just got a look on him.
He's got a very edible look.
This would literally kill you. They are poison bombs.
Yeah. And then Rhydon and the other one
they're rhinos, but they're also
inedible.
Like definitely covered in rock.
Yeah, they're too hard. You can't get
Chansey it. Would be delicious.
Chansey, very delicious. And there's even like a little egg you can crack open at the end.
Tangela, it's vines. And edible. There's maybe a guy in the vines. Who knows?
Edible. Kangaroo. I think those are people enough, or I think it's edible enough.
It's not a rock type.
People enough is not what I meant to say there.
Those are people enough to eat.
Yeah, that's weird coming from me.
Seahorses.
Can you eat seahorses?
Can you eat seahorses?
I think no. To me, but if
I think that these things are I know they have poison point. They're not poison types, but they are poisonous.
Can you eat seahorse? In the end, you certainly can eat seahorses. It says you can eat them.
You can, but they're heading towards extinction.
I feel like that means palatable.
I think it means edible.
You can put them in edible. I would eat them though,
because they're poisonous. Now the goldfish are more edible.
They're fish. They're delicious, right? Yeah.
Yeah. Can you eat starfish?
They look too hard to me. I don't think you could eat them. Like a starfish, I think you could eat, but those guys, I feel like look too hard. And they have like it's also like in the middle,
literally a gem. They do have meat, technically.
I feel like their meat you can't access.
Well, I mean, you can get it. Yeah, I guess they look. I'll call that harder than a normal.
I think they look to me like the Rhydon thing.
I'm in between, but I'll take that.
Mr. Mime's a person edible.
Mr. Mime is too much. Like, if you remember, he looks like he's made out of dodgeball.
Oh wait, he's no, you're right. He has the Jigglypuff thing. He's like a weird.
He looks like he's made out of rubber.
Yeah. Okay, that's fine. I'm fine with that.
I think this is also inedible. I think that like that's too much chitin. It's like too much exoskeleton almost to eat.
Oh, I was looking at the completely wrong line and I was like so confused. Yeah, I don't think you can eat that. Yeah.
Jinx.
You can eat that. Electabuzz, I think you can also eat.
Yeah.
And
So,
Magmar.
it's like it's a booby.
Pinsir, yes, unless it's too hard.
It's got more in its like middle section. I think you
Yeah,
could eat it.
edible.
Tauros would be
Yeah.
fucking tasty.
Yeah, he'd be good. He'd be like a big cow. I make big
Yeah.
burger out of him.
Big Tauros burger.
Yum yum.
Sorry, I'm making a note to cut out that F word I said.
What'd you say?
I said effing tasty.
Oh.
I
Magikarp delicious.
feel like I remember that I think Magikarp has no nutritional value actually.
Neither does like a Twinkie.
I need to check this one really quick.
I would eat both of them. And the Lapras. I'd eat them all. Line them all up.
Maybe I'm wrong. Yeah, I think okay. I can't find anything on a quick search, so I'll take it.
I think delicious Gyarados could be either delicious or palatable.
I think palatable.
That's good.
Lapras.
I think palatable. He's like a fish.
Would you eat
thing.
the Loch Ness monster?
Yeah, I would. I would eat Nessie.
Inedible.
You think you can't eat Ditto?
I don't think you could chew through it. I think you just slip out.
True.
I don't think it's gonna be like Jello. I think it's gonna be like eat the slime.
I was thinking Jello, but I think you might be right. So the evolutions now. I think you can.
Vaporeon looks better than the others.
Yeah, I think the other three are edible, and then Vaporeon's palatable.
Did you know that out of all Pokemon, Vaporeon
Porygon inedible.
Yeah, it is made out of computers.
The next guys are they're like deep sea dwelling things. What are they?
I think you could eat the meat out of those. They're Nautiluses, which aren't real anymore, but they're like seafood. They've got to at least be palatable.
I'd put them in, that's...
I honestly would put them here because I think you could scoop that out and it'd be delicious.
Sure.
However, I don't think we could eat these things. They look like all shell.
They are too, yeah, I agree. They're too shell. Inedible.
Would you eat this rock chicken?
I would eat Aerodactyl because I love him, but only inedible.
Okay. Snorlax.
He's got to at least be palatable, right? Because he eats so much food. He'd be like another like
self-marinating.
Yes.
Okay, the legendary birds.
I would eat them all. Delicious.
Hear me out. I've got a pull here. Moltres is delicious.
Okay, got him.
Articuno is palatable.
What's your reasoning there?
And Zapdos is edible. My reasoning is this: fried chicken for Moltres. He just looks edible. He looks like I could eat him, but it'd be like a little cold. And he looks like a little spiky.
I feel like those are just like his feathers, though. I'm okay with the distinction that you've made because I think it makes things interesting. But
unless you have a different thing.
No, I would eat them all, but I think your ranking is more interesting and shows the difference between them. So I think we should keep yours.
Okay. Dratini is a little dragon.
I think those are both palatable.
I'd eat him.
They're very like fish-like to me.
But what about like the big dragon?
The big one, edible. Yeah.
Okay, just Mewtwo and Mew left.
Okay, Mewtwo edible. Mew like might be kind of tasty.
I think a Mew is at least palatable. I think here's a funny pull. I think Mewtwo would be fatal because I think it would be impossible to kill him.
That is true. Also, I love him. And I'd feel bad eating him. He's the most person-like.
He can talk.
He can talk into your brain. That's why I love him.
That's right. Erin is that kind of person.
I am weird. Sorry.
All right.
This is beautiful.
We have our tier list. I'm going to download that bad boy. Then
I'm happy with our selections.
We're going to swap to our last segment. So we'll be right back.
Yes. Hi. So, when Mancha was pitching me the Pokemon edibility thing, I was kind of laughing because the secret segment I prepared today is weird foods. So I did weird festivals, weird jobs, and then now weird foods. Um, so we're just gonna go through these and we're gonna talk about what they are and if we personally would try them. Um, and when I say weird, I want to be like respectful of like other cultures and stuff. So I made half of them American, just to be very clear that I'm not just like making fun of other people's food. Like we have weird stuff here too. So the first half are going to be things that are from America.
Okay, that's a
So,
good delineation.
and I would also like to say when we're making our opinions, ignore context of like animal rights or the environment, because if some of these things are like endangered or whatever, like, I don't want to be in trouble for that, but yes. Okay. So
I'd eat a rhino.
we'll start with the American dishes. So Rocky Mountain Oysters. They are
Are
bull calf
yeah, aren't these
nuts.
balls? Yeah.
Yes, these are balls. Um, Usually found in the West, especially sorry, I'm reading notes off my phone, so if I'm looking down, that's why. Especially Colorado, Idaho, Montana, Wyoming, and Nevada. It says that they may have been created out of a desire to control breeding and the temperaments of the bulls. Preparation styles include deep frying, sautéing, and grilling. I'm being controversial right out of the gate. I think I would try this. I think I'd try like a bite.
See, here is my take. Out of respect, I would never eat another testicle.
That's fair. I don't
Right?
have that problem.
I think I could never. And it's out of just like, you know, respect for my fallen soldiers.
This crosses the line for me of like, it'd be such a funny story to eat it and it doesn't gross me out enough that like I would eat it. But there are other things on this list that I would not.
A lot of these things I'm sure actually are delicious, but it's just like the concept of them. It's something
Mhm.
that's always bothered me as a kid. Who's like, I was really into like those like books of like those like gross out encyclopedias. Just like, look at all this gross stuff. Here's all this weird food. And like, I'm sure
Yeah.
it tastes fine, but like the concept of it being weird is weird.
Yeah. I agree. The next one, I feel like, is one of the more normal ones. It's called almond boneless chicken. It's from Michigan. It is a comfort food. It's breaded and deep fried chicken that is laid on a bed of iceberg lettuce and then has gravy and almonds and scallions. And this was on multiple lists of weird foods. And I don't know why. I think the only reason is like the lettuce, because it doesn't seem weird to me.
This seems like good. This sounds
I
delicious.
would order this. So
like
delicious.
almonds aren't weird.
I love
Like,
almonds. I can't figure out what's supposed to be weird about it because compared to some of these other things, it's like, ugh. But
that
anyway,
sounds great compared to like what I imagine will be next.
yeah. So, egg cream. It's apparently from New York. It is apparently delicious, and it's made of milk, seltzer, and chocolate syrup. That's not that weird. Why does it say egg in it? I guess some of them are weird, just like
I don't
they're
know.
a weird
I don't know.
combo.
The balls aren't oysters, so like,
That's true.
yeah.
Um,
I'd try it.
I will try this.
That scares me, but it's just like what, bubbly milk,
I
bubbly
think
chalky milk.
so. With bubbly chocolate milk, basically. I don't see a problem with it. I thought there were eggs in it when I was reading it. I kind of like skimmed the descriptions with these. Also, this is like definitely like plagiarized multiple articles, but those people plagiarize everything, so whatever. Okay, turtle soup, which we mentioned when we were talking about Squirtle. It's thick stew made from green turtles. It's pulled or diced meat, traditionally finished with sherry, which is good. Animal rights activists find it distasteful, so this is what I was gonna say. Where like I'm ignoring that. I would eat this. I think it sounds good.
Here's the thing: would I eat it? I'd try it.
Yeah,
I don't really like soup that
yeah.
much, so
All of these I'm saying like eat it is like I would try it. Not that I would
well,
like
yeah.
eat the whole thing, because there's some of these things that I would not even try.
What if you like really liked it though?
I probably would like it. I like a lot of soups. But I'd probably like it more for like the soup taste and less like the meat. So like I'd probably if I was gonna eat it again, I'd probably just like eat it with something else. But yeah. Okay. Cincinnati Skyline chili. So it is spaghetti smothered in like chili sauce and then like grated with cheddar cheese. And they put cumin, cinnamon, onions, sometimes onions or kidney
This is a
beans.
weird thing.
It's spaghetti with like chili, I guess. So it's like
okay, like that's like pretty normal for me, I guess.
yeah, I would eat
Chili
this.
chili with pasta is fantastic. That is
Oh.
my preferred way to eat chili is
Mhm.
like over pasta. Like I don't want to eat it by itself.
I actually am kind of like a chili hater because I don't like beans, but like for the
That's fair.
purpose of this sounds like good in theory, so I would
I
eat it.
like thick chili. Like I don't like watery chili, but like I like thick chili. My mom makes good chili. This is
Cool.
normal, and also like they have similar stuff in the area because like Skyline is a chain
Yeah,
that exists in the area.
interesting.
Have eaten a variation of this, would do it again in a heartbeat.
Hell yeah. So the next item on the list is of all of them, the one that I want to eat the most.
This is currently my number one.
Fried Coke.
What?
Deep fried Coke. Made appearances at state fairs for almost a decade. And to make it, the Coca-Cola flavored batter is deep fried and then dosed in Coca-Cola syrup, whipped cream, and cinnamon sugar. I would eat this in a
That
heartbeat.
sounds great.
Yeah, this sounds awesome.
Can we
to
get
me.
some, please?
Yes, I've never seen this at like a state fair, and I know I haven't because I would have ordered it immediately if I had. I always see like butter and like Oreos and stuff being like deep fried, but not Coke. It's interesting.
Yeah.
Anyway, that sounds great to me. Okay. This is called Scrapple, I think. It is a toast-like breakfast food that is made out of meat. It's from Pennsylvania. It is leftover hog parts that are boiled until they attain a gelatinous texture. It is then mixed with spices and formed into a loaf-like shape. Usually sliced and pan-fried until crispy. It's served with eggs for a complete breakfast. It's like a sausage, kind of.
Yeah, I'd try that. It's pork.
I would try it. I tend to not like things like this, but I would definitely try it.
I'd try it. I'd probably like it.
Mm-hmm.
I like pork.
All right. Our next one is a hot beef
Whoa.
sundae. It is at state fairs, including Iowa, Indiana, and Nebraska. It's made of roast beef topped with mashed potatoes, gravy, cheddar cheese, and a cherry tomato. So it just looks like ice cream, but it's all like things
that's cute.
go together. Yeah.
That's cute. Yeah.
It's cute.
I'm not a huge roast beef guy, but I'd eat that.
Yeah, me neither. I love it. I love mashed potatoes, so already I'm sold from that, but yes.
Oh yeah. I mean, again, I'm the kind of person who on Thanksgiving will like make a famous bowl out of my food. Like the KFC famous bowl, except with turkey.
Oh, I want to go. I haven't been to KFC in like a really long time. I want to go.
Yeah, I will like automatically like okay, tomato
Yeah.
mashed potatoes, cheese, corn, turkey in the same zone.
That reminds me, I talked a couple times on the podcast about how I hadn't had Arby's in years. Me and Tyler had his car broke down, parked at this like gas station, and we had to be there for like over an hour, like waiting for the car to come. And they had an Arby's, and I love Arby's now. I loved what I got. I think I got like a buffalo chicken wrap or something. It was so good. I was like, I didn't know that like they had this. So I love Arby's. I'm an Arby's fan now.
Thank you.
Yes.
I need more people in my corner.
Yes,
I love the turkey sandwich.
Yeah, I feel like people dunk on it because like if you don't like roast beef, like you think of that being like what it is, but they had so much other stuff on the menu. Like they had like a really good selection. I don't know.
Like the
Arby's.
turkey sandwich is really good. The chicken sandwiches are really good. They had like this is funny. They had a chicken sandwich that was like one of those challenge sandwiches. And I just like got it and ate it. It wasn't. It was like like the chips. I just got it and ate it. It was like spicy for like a minute.
Huh. Interesting.
You probably would have had trouble with it.
Yeah,
like respectfully, but like
I have
that
issues.
was like the level where like I'd totally get that again if they put it back on the menu.
Yeah. I think they also had like a chicken salad sandwich at one point that I tried that was like fine. So they've had a bunch of fun things.
And they have the sliders. Their new macaroni is like all right.
Mm-hmm.
It was better with hot sauce.
Yeah. Next one. There are only blurry images of this available. I don't know why. Python kebabs. So, you know, food on a stick, but it's python, typically seasoned with Worcestershire, liquid smoke, Old Bay, and lemon pepper. I would eat this.
I'll try that.
I
That's
feel
not
like
that
steak
weird.
is probably like tough or something, but like I would try. I like kebabs.
Yeah.
All right, this is the last one for the American ones.
Yeah. The thing is, like, if it's like,
I knew that would make you speechless when I realized you were talking. I was like, I'm just gonna click. Sorry. Coolicles from Mississippi. They are pickles in Kool-Aid
oh
powder.
no,
Yeah.
oh no, a hard hell no.
This is something where like I'd try it like a tiny bite just to say that I tried it, but I know I would hate it. Like I know it would be bad.
No.
I don't
hate
like pickles. Yeah,
I
me
hate
too.
pickles. This is haunting.
This is such a weird concept. Okay. So now we have the ones from other countries. Okay. I don't know if you've heard of this, but the first one is a century egg from China. It is a Chinese egg-based culinary dish, and it is a delicacy. They don't want to call it a rotten egg, but that's essentially what it is. It is made by preserving duck, chicken, or quail eggs in a mixture of clay, ash, and salt for months at a time, and then the yolk turns dark green or gray and has a potent sulfur smell. I think my mom has tried this and said it was gross. I would try it. I bet I like wouldn't like it, but I would try it.
It looks like I wouldn't like it. I don't think I would try it. It like looks like that kind of texture that I'm not a fan of.
I would like bite like a little piece of the corner. That's what I would do.
I don't think I'd try this one.
That's fair. Jellied moose nose from Canada. It's from hunting moose and using every part of it. The hair inside the moose nose must first be removed before boiling and reboiling the nose, and they cover it with a broth which sets it into a jelly. Jellied moose nose. I think this is probably really gross, in my opinion. But
see, here's the thing. My only hesitance on this is the fact that it's jellied.
That's what it is, not that it's a moose.
I don't mind the moose nose.
Yeah.
It's the jellied, like, aspects scare me.
Yeah. I agree. I think it would be gross because of like how it's prepared and not necessarily because of like what it is. I'd maybe bite a little corner, but I know I would hate it.
I think I'd be more likely to try this one than the past one.
Yeah.
But like I don't feel positive about it.
Yes. So this next one, also some of these I'm gonna butcher the pronunciation. Italy, Casumarzu. I don't know how you would say that in Italian. The description of this starts with, "Are you a fan of rare cheeses? Great. So what about rare cheeses infested with live maggots?" So, it is also known as rotten cheese. It is a delicacy. It has the larva of cheese flies added to the cheese thing, which hatch inside. They burrow around, they digest the fats, and they transform it into a soft, creamy cheese. And then they wrote, "You can choose to enjoy yours with or without the maggots." I don't know if that means that they don't take the maggots out normally, or if that was like a joke.
No, that's
or
what
something.
It sounds like.
Okay, so I would eat
guess.
it not with a maggot in it.
I would try it provided it was 100% maggotless.
Yeah, if you could guarantee, and not like when I bite into something at a restaurant and there's a hair on it and I'm like, "Oh, that sucks, let me send it back." Like, you better ensure there's no maggots.
Like, no.
Yes.
No.
Okay. Stargazy pie from England. It is traditionally served on the 23rd of December. Legend has it, one night in the 16th century, a heroic sailor rowed out one December evening during high storms and returned with a catch big enough to feed starving townsfolk. And the Cornish pie is made by baking pilchards, I don't know what that is, eggs and potatoes under a pastry crust. The key namesake factor is that the heads of the fish must poke out of the pie. I would eat this, but I would not look at the fish head at all.
Pilchards are sardines, so it's fish pie.
Oh, pilchards. Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think I could eat this. I assume you don't eat the fish heads. I assume they're like a garnish.
Yeah, I think they're like candles on birthday cake.
It's just like a little. I assume it's just like a little funny little thing.
Yeah, I think so. Because they're stargazing. That's
I don't
fun.
know.
I have no idea how to pronounce this next one, but maybe you'll be able to help me. Oh, they're out of order. Never mind. Oh no, I just skipped one. Never mind. I'm talking about the next one. Anyway, but this one, Surströmming from Sweden. So I actually knew about these
I've heard
previously.
about this.
Yeah, so on H3, the one guy, Love, is from Sweden, and he told them all about this, and they all tried it, and they said it was like the most disgusting thing ever, and like some of them like wouldn't try it. Um, it is a lightly salted fermented Baltic Sea herring. It's been a traditional staple in Swedish cuisine since the 16th century. It means sour herring, and it has the smell to match. Just enough salt is used to prevent the raw herring from rotting while it ferments, and then at least 6 months later, um, you can smell it before you see it. They're trying to be funny in this description. It makes it like annoying to like regurgitate the information. But a newly opened can has one of the most putrid food smells in the world. And I read somewhere that it's like banned on some like. Oh wait, no, this is a different thing. This is a different thing. But anyway, sorry, I'm getting confused with something that comes later. But yes, it is a really, really bad smelling, bad tasting sour fish thing. I don't think I would try it because on
I
H3 I heard them react to it and it sounded really bad.
From like everything I've heard about this thing, it sounds like awful.
Yeah.
And like I think being confronted with the smell would like put me out of commission.
Yeah.
Like, nope.
If something smells bad enough, I think I'd be like, bleh.
Yeah.
Okay, this next one was the one that I don't know how to pronounce. Have you ever heard of this?
I've not.
Okay.
I would guess. I would imagine it's like Hitler Koshe.
Okay,
something like that.
That's probably a better
I don't know.
pronunciation than I would give. It's at least closer.
It looks like it's got like Aztec or related Mesoamerican like etymology.
Yeah. So it is a corn fungus, also known as corn smut or Mexican truffle. It is a local delicacy that is actually a diseased corn cob. It's made from a plant disease that grows on the ears of the corn around the kernels in puffy gray clouds. It is highly regarded as a culinary specialty. The dish apparently has a woody, earthy flavor from the fungus. So it looks kind of gross, but I like mushrooms are often described as like earthy, and it's like a fungus thing, and I feel like I would try it. I don't know that I would like it, but I think I would try it despite the appearance.
I think I could be talked into trying it. I'm not a huge mushrooms guy though. In
Yeah.
terms of like food, I like the vibe of mushrooms.
Yeah, I like mushrooms as a food, I feel like more than most people, so I would try it. Okay. This is the thing that I almost said the fact about earlier for the fika fish. The durian from Southeast Asia, it is a
I've heard of
fruit.
these.
Yeah, it is very divisive. It says some people, mostly the locals, find it delicious. Other people thinks it smells like raw sewage. Its odor is so powerful that in some places you are banned from taking it on public transport or into hotels. It's said to have amazing health benefits, but experts advise that eating it while drinking beer will lead to severe bloating and discomfort. So it's apparently just like a really bad smelling fruit. This smells nasty.
You see, yeah, I think that's enough. I could eat it. I think I could try it. Like,
I think I could. Yeah,
because knowing it's just a stinky fruit.
Yeah, if it tastes not like raw sewage, I think I could eat it more than like the fish thing. Like that.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Because like that's like it smells bad because it's like rotting.
Yeah.
Or like close to it. It's like fermenting.
This is just stinky. Okay. Fugu from Japan, it means pufferfish. It is well known because of its deadly reputation. So parts of the fish are toxic, especially the liver. So they have to be very careful when they prepare it. Every year, dozens of people are hospitalized and several die after the chef makes an error. And then they mentioned that Homer Simpson
Yep.
thinks that he's poisoned on the show or something for
Yeah,
being
like
this.
that was one of my first thoughts is like, oh yeah, there's a whole really good episode
Mhm.
about like this. I would never trust anybody, even the best chef in the world, to prepare this. I'm
Yes.
not that adventurous because of how bad the reputation is. This is one of the ones
Yeah.
I like have known about.
I love most fish things and seafood, but that is enough of a risk that it like freaks me out.
Yeah.
I feel like this would be like it'd be some, like super rich people probably eat it because it's like, ooh, it's like dangerous, but like I don't want to play around with that.
Yeah. I'd only eat it if there was a way to make 100% sure there was no poison in it.
Yeah, if there was like a
Like
testing or something for it.
like someone eats it, survives, and then we rewind time and I eat that
Yeah,
piece.
yeah. I know what you're saying. All right, so this next one. Bird's nest soup from China. So it is made from the nest of the swiftlet bird, who instead of collecting twigs for its bed, it builds it out of its own gummy saliva, which goes hard when exposed to air. So they usually build them on high up on cliff faces, and harvesting them is dangerous, and many people die because they're like really high up. And it has a rubbery taste. Um, I would try it. I feel like it'd be gross.
I don't think I would try it. I don't like soup that much.
It looks pretty gross, but it could be one of those things that just looks really bad and then is fine.
Yeah.
But yeah. All right. And then this is the last one. Wasp crackers from Japan. They're also called jibachi senbei. Are a Japanese snack similar to senbei rice crackers, but they're filled with digger wasps. Other ingredients include water, eggs, sugar, salt, oil, sesame seeds, and soy sauce. Old wasp hunters set traps near the neighboring countryside to capture the wasps. They are then added to the boiling water, and once boiled, they are dried and combined with the rice cracker mixture. The blend is then stamped in a hot iron cracker cutter. According to one reviewer, the finished cracker has a mild, sweet, and savory flavor, while the wasps themselves taste like burnt raisins, but with a bitter, acidic note. I would not eat this because I hate bugs.
This is you. I would do it from a little bit of money, not even a lot, just like a little bit. I'd need like a second incentive.
That's fair. I would do it for $10,000.
I'd do it for like $20.
I
I'd try.
would
Okay,
not.
I'd try it. I'd try it for like $20.
So when I was making this list, there were a lot of things that were bugs, and I didn't include them because I hate looking at them so much. They were all like pretty much an automatic no and just like nasty. So I tried to pick
Yeah.
like the two bug things I picked. They're like inside of something else. But yeah. So I'm gonna stop recording. So Mancha, of everything on that list, what do you think was the best tasting, and what do you think was like the grossest?
Best tasting because I've had it. The Cincinnati chili, like
Oh
again,
yeah.
chili on pasta. Like, and okay, the one thing is Cincinnati chili is a little different because it's sweeter because it's got
Mhm.
cinnamon in it, which I like.
Yeah.
So I would like that, and the fried Coke sound really good. The
Yeah.
worst tasting, I think probably the one of the rotting things.
Yes, I agree. I think fried Coke would definitely be my favorite. If I had to pick another thing, I think the hot beef Sunday thing is also like pretty like normal, but the python kebabs I think I might actually like just cuz I like kebabs a lot, and I
Hmm.
like when meat has like blackened stuff from like cooking it. Yeah.
That I do agree with.
Yeah. Um and then the grossest thing, I definitely think the Swedish fish thing is gross, which is funny. That's what candy is Swedish fish. I don't know if it's named in any relation to this thing. um the fish thing, and then yeah. I wouldn't eat the maggot thing if the maggots were in it, I would
Yeah, I
say.
I would never eat a living thing.
Yes. Yeah, there was oh, I don't know how I didn't end up with it. There was one that I had at the beginning that had like live tentacles.
Yeah, that is like one of the only things where that would push my ethical boundaries, right?
I agree. Yeah. I think sorry, I got like a weird chill. Um I also just think it would scare me.
Bit of both.
Yeah. Okay.
With that, thank you for watching our somehow it always turns into a food podcast.
Hmm.
We really appreciate everything. If you could give us a like or a comment or subscribe or ideas if you liked this, we'd really appreciate it.
Yeah, and you can follow the podcast on Twitter and Instagram at appetizercast. And you can follow either of us at Erin MacDaddy or Moth Mancha. And sorry, Mancha, I'm going to throw you off on the outro. I realized the last episode that I ended with saying to watch us sing "We Didn't Start the Fire" or "1 Week" by the Bare Naked Ladies. And I did not finish any of this before Katsucon, so that event is in the past. If you were there, thank you. I will not upload it in its entirety because we're like drinking and it's like a mess, but I might put like a couple seconds of it in my like Katsu highlight video, so you might see it there. Anyway, sorry for that. Go ahead.
Imagine it, and it'll be really funny.
Hmm.
With that, be sure to tip your waitresses. Go eat a Psyduck, and we'll see you next time.
Hell yeah.